Say nothing.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, the Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rushing. Bill, the Packer fan and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out, a couple guys that came out said that Rodgers is telling
the solution of it and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to Bill and Nick, their website, and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball all. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the ribs, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Memorial Day show. Hopefully you've all had yourselves a good Memorial Day. You got an A-Dub?
Hello, A-Dub.
What's up, A-Dub?
What's up, fellas? What's up,
Hey.
fellas?
Oh, not too much, man.
Make sure A-Dub volume's up.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything about the shareholder meeting yet.
No, not yet.
About the
But
what?
you got to be hearing something damn near in the very near future.
Well,
And
yeah,
But
pretty soon
I-
you start hearing who's going to take over Murphy's job. Very soon.
Yeah, I don't think we'll hear about that one till the end of the season. But
the
there
shareholder
are,
meeting?
Yeah.
no, not the shareholder meeting. Who's going to take over Mark Murphy's spot?
Oh,
Who's going to
man.
vote in?
Who do you think?
Oh, no freaking idea.
You don't think Goody wants to move up and take it?
No, at least I hope not. I'd rather keep him as the GM. He's done a damn
No, he's
good
been
job.
great for us with the GM side.
Mhm. I was thinking
Yeah,
about
Goats
having
is-
Russ Paul at
Gross
it.
is better
Wait.
fit where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say you get Joe Barry, huh? Get him go up there and.
Stop it. Fucking stop it. Don't even.
Are you trying to get Green Bay to
mention
fucking
record
improve?
names again? I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
that's right.
straight.
He's working at Pizza Hut somewhere. I forgot about
Well, I wouldn't hate the idea if they think that a former Packers Hall of Fame player would take that position.
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I mean, he did a lot for this team, actually, man, to tell you the truth. He did a lot for this team. I mean, he got us the draft. I mean, he pushed hard for that. He got us the draft.
Yeah, but the draft was going around. I'm glad we got it. I mean, I'm glad we got it when we really get it next year. But I mean, they've been moving the draft for the last like fucking 10 years. I love that they do that. I love that they go. When it was in Chicago, I almost went there when it was in Chicago. My brother was actually working on the setups out there. He worked for the
I
company.
love
that
to
set all
see,
that
and I
up.
love to see how the setting will look in Green Bay when they host the draft there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
excited
can
about
wait to see that. Are you going to come up for it, A-Dub?
Yeah, I plan to take a flight up
Yeah,
there.
A-Dub.
Well, we got just about everybody now going to it.
Everybody's probably John lives there, so we'll just meet up with him.
There you go.
That's it. We're all going and crashing at Dorms.
We're
Bring
crashing
that.
the doors. He's
Bring
going to
it
put
back.
up the deer blind. Put up the deer blind. Out the
Yeah,
yard.
there you go.
The duck blind.
The only thing I have to worry about coming up there is just transportation and where to stay during the time I'm over there.
You ain't got to worry. I'm sure somebody that's in our group's gonna. A couple guys live there, man. I mean, we're gonna figure it out, man. I'm not going out.
I'm already in talks with some people, and I might get some land together where we can actually put tents and crap like that, and
Hell yeah, bro. That'd be.
have a bonfire and crap.
I went to training camp. I camped. I stayed in a cabin or I camped. I had a campground I went to. Depending on the weather, you know, if it looks like it's going to be nice, I camp.
I personally vote for the cabin because I like walking in the morning.
Yeah,
this broken spine don't like sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never sleep on the ground anyway, bro.
Well, you got air mattresses for.
They got air mattresses. I got an air mattress that's like double the size. It's self-inflated.
Oh,
If it goes down.
Guys, Mike, can I put 2 queens in that fucker? But anyways.
Did any of you guys see the reports there about how Javon Bullard is being loved by this defense and is making a hell of an impression? That they're really expecting him to be one of the major contributors to this defense, and even as a rookie.
So you're saying no fly zone?
No, hey,
I'm telling you, no fly zone, bro.
We might finally have Strap City.
Yeah,
Strap City, bro. Strap.
Awesome. Yeah,
Lock
but
it down.
I'd say a lot of that depends on the health of our secondary. Like, we do have some guys coming back who were banged up last season. Like, can we keep Jair and Eric Stokes healthy for the whole year is going to decide that much.
The way it looks right now, Stokes is actually fucking looking really good, I guess. I guess they found out what's going on. With Watson, they're saying one of his calves is smaller than the other. So they try that's the one that's been giving the most problems. So they've been putting that up the strength of the other one.
Yeah, I read that before about one side of his body is stronger than the other. That can cause an issue for any kind of injuries at times. So I'm glad he's finally getting that figured out.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I want to know how they figured that out. What did they do? Like measure his calves and measure his thighs, and I mean
that's why he went to that university there and had them do studies on him.
I'm sure they went through MRIs and all this kind of crap. MRIs and all that kind of crap, going through machines, and they can figure anything out these days. Fuck.
No, they just got one guy there squeezing each leg. You know.
I think that's what they figured it. I'm telling you, bro.
And even with that being said, it is no question that both Christian Watson and Eric Stokes are guys who you have to look at as an X factor that decides what direction our season goes.
Well, it's pretty much a prove-it year for them. So you'd hope that it goes good because it's pretty much a prove-it year for them.
Did you guys see
both of those guys to prove a year.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the article about Stokes being traded to the Steelers?
That's just a rumor. It ain't happening.
I don't think we're giving up our cornerbacks.
You can't afford to do that right now.
I agree, but I why would we give him up if he was?
Unless they got something behind their sleeves, they're going to go trade for a better corner. That's one thing I can think of.
Not to mention, there's also Kenny Clark. Even he's on a contract year. Like after this year, it'll have to be a question on: do we let him go and save $17 million in cap room, or do we give him another extension?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm hoping and praying that we give him another extension.
Yeah, I want to extend him.
Yeah, he's real good.
And the reason I'm saying that is because somebody brought it up that it's a rare thing that Green Bay gives a third extension to some of the players.
Yeah, it is. And one thing about it, though, Wyatt, and then there's Brooks behind them, and so I don't know. They might want to save money. You know what I mean? He's 29. All depends on why he plays this year. What's that?
I think he's 27.
27? Is he 27?
Yeah, I think so.
He's Kenny Clark. He's actually 28.
28. Yeah, 28. Yeah. So that's still pretty young.
He's not 30, man. How do you not give him another contract? Especially
his best year, man.
His best year, his career year was last year. How do you not give him another deal?
Yeah.
I didn't see if it was just average or below or whatever.
Was he making 26 this year? 26 mil this year?
If there's a reason Green Bay could be a little skeptical about giving him another contract, it's a question on: is there any part of him that has regrets leading up to now? Like, has his play fallen off somewhere?
All right, guys.
That could be one of the issues.
The tornado alarms are going off, and I hear hail beating on my house. So if all of a sudden I disappear,
oh no, you got sent to Oz.
Just a heads up, yeah, man. Holy shit! I'm looking out my windows, and the trees going. I hear hail hitting my house. So, and I hear the sirens. So, oh fuck, you hear that? I broke that window. Holy shit!
Hopefully we don't lose a Rob today.
Hey, why don't you spin a camera around, go outside and check it out?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on, let me go
You're
outside.
a weather reporter. Go outside.
You hear the hail? You hear the alarm? That's hail, man. That's hail beat. You don't hear the tornado alarm? We're under a tornado watch. Cannot believe you're going out there. Come in here.
Must be from Wisconsin, huh?
Yeah, somebody's saying the same thing I say.
You don't hear the
Someone
alarm?
said, Storm, grab a 6-pack and a chair. Let's go.
Holy shit, man. Oh, my Lord. Holy shit. I could see it blowing 40 miles an hour out there easy. Oh, my Lord. All right, man. I might not be here in a minute, fellas. Where's the dog? You better put him in someplace. Holy fuck. Might have to hide.
I'm going to say, you're going to be looking at dogs.
Down in Texas, you guys got basements?
I recommend you better not be anywhere near windows.
You don't got basements?
We have no basements in Texas, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my Lord. I cannot believe how it's blowing out there.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro.
Well, LaFleur was saying after this first round of OTAs ended that Watson and Stokes both look the best he's ever seen them. Granted, we hear that type of talk a lot in OTAs and that, but with them going to that medical center, you got to think that there's a hell of a lot to that.
Yeah.
That
makes you feel somewhat optimistic about the kind of year they may have.
Oh, absolutely, because I've seen a bunch of the analysts say if Christian Watson can stay healthy, that's going to bring this offense into one of the top offensive teams in the league.
Oh, my
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's definitely one of the game changers when it comes to that receiving room as well.
Well,
like I always say, Watson, he is the potential deep threat that is much needed, like what MVS used to be back then. That's why you got to keep Watson healthy. Like if you want that potential deep threat and speed demon downfield, that's where Christian Watson comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That was his best asset coming in, especially given the offense that he once played in.
I want to see the two fastest guys, man, Watson and Bo Melton on the other side. And then Reed and Wicks in the middle, man. Let's go.
If I'm making a guess for the receiver depth chart, you're going to see Bo Melton as the 5th receiver on it.
Yeah. But he is.
Oh, we lost
Rob. Yeah.
Hopefully Rob will be all good. Man.
Hoping like Wizard of Oz go floating around and shit. But we're praying there for you, buddy, Rob. We're praying for you.
Yeah. But even while you're talking about OTAs, it only leaves one to guess about how the roster is going to turn out, especially with the competition that's out there. It's going to be a lot of competition with many of those positions right now.
You look at this offensive line. Well, you got what's his name out with his elbow, fucking whatever, torn torso, whatever.
Zach Tom.
Yeah. Well, see, now they're getting other guys the more reps. You know what I mean? So
being like Andre Dillard, the guy we picked up out of free agency.
Yeah, he's actually been taking one spots.
Yeah, one can hope can he actually be fixed as a rotational guy on our line.
Exactly. They must see something in him. I mean, he was a first pick from some reason.
He was a first-round pick for the Eagles,
Yeah.
But he didn't pan out accordingly for them.
Yeah, they must be able to think they can fix him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, look what we did with Billy Turner. He looked like a real offensive lineman while he was with us.
Exactly.
And then
Kraft doing the same thing with his same torso thing.
And then even when as we bring up Zach Tom, there's still the question on: are we going to consider moving him to the center spot, or try Elton Jenkins at that spot? Like we did try some other guys at Josh Myers' position, and even Josh Myers has a lot to prove this year, being so he's on a contract year this season.
Yeah,
I think Monk's going to take over his job. I think eventually.
Yeah, there might have been talks at the beginning of OTAs that, oh, he's our center and all that. But you'd constantly hear them follow that up with, we're going to be putting our best 5 offensive linemen on the field.
Yeah.
So that gives them a little out that, oh, well, it's not that he's bad. This guy's just so good.
Yeah.
Which, hey,
I mean,
I'm all for it as long as it gives us a top 5 fucking offensive line.
Yep, and one is just waiting to see where we're going to actually plug Jordan Morgan at. I mean, there has been a case scenario where we think he might compete with Rasheed Walker for that blindside tackle spot, or we may move him to Zach Tom's spot and put Zach Tom at center, or do we put him in on the interior at the guard spot?
Yeah. You look at PFF. Myers actually, I think he ranked like 51 in PFF, which ain't good at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Runyon, he was like 49. I mean,
yeah. Sean Ryan wasn't
great. So we definitely got to beef up that middle. Yeah, we got to beef up that middle, man. So.
Well, hey, with these offensive linemen that we added, you got to hope.
Exactly. I mean, that Monk could even take that job over this year. You never know. We'll see what happens. Training camp goes. You know, like I said, they're going to put the best 5 out there.
I definitely wouldn't be against having him as a guard because I honestly, if I got my preference, would be how it goes and keep Zach Tom at right tackle.
Yeah,
because he freaking shut these guys right down at the end of the season and showed Rasheed Walker. All these prolific pass rushers that we faced, and Love was fucking clean.
Maybe they'll shove Jenkins down the center.
And one's got to think we got to have him in place, and especially in terms of run protection too, because you've seen how our run game looked at times, especially when Aaron Jones was out. The run game itself is going to have to be much better this year now too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with Josh Jacobs there, you got to assume that alone is going to help improve it. And then changing
A.J. Dillon, be more of a blocker more than anything.
Yeah, I keep hearing about him being switched down to fullback.
That's been his best accent. Like, Dillon himself is more than efficient as a pass protector.
Yeah.
That's something, and that's usually, and that's one of, and if I recall, that's one of 2 areas where Marshawn Lloyd will have to improve at best to be out there. Like, it's like 2 issues I remember they said he had. He had his issues with fumbling the football as well as pass protection.
Yeah.
If he can clean that up, he's clear cut to be running back 3 or 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'd love to have him as a 2. That way we kind of get a little bit of the Aaron Jones factor back.
Yeah, that change of pace in the running back room like we always had with Dillon and Jones together.
I don't know. I'm going to be happy with Jones and then Jacobs and Lloyd, all 3 of those, and then Wilson. I mean, our 4th one. I mean, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's true, Tyler.
Oh yeah, Nixon came out and said this is the same exact thing, that we had him and let him off the hook.
Yep.
Right.
They're hungry, man. That's why the whole team's there at the OTAs. I mean, you don't see that usually. I mean, the whole team is there, and they're hungry. They're hungry, man.
Yeah,
Alexander, he's out there busting his balls off, man, for this team right now, and he wants it bad.
Yeah, one could say he's more than happy with the new look defense that we got now. Now, for him to be out there the way he is.
Welcome back, man.
Are we gonna say Rob lives?
Yeah, I'm saying the way Alexander's been attacking OTAs lately is like he is more bought in. He is like everybody else being bought in with this new look defense as it is, especially with the guys that we added to it.
Exactly.
And that's usually something you love to see as a fan, is how these players love to be around each other as they are.
Yep. And Velber always mentioned when he got that break that the other guys be going down in California and they're going to be practicing down in California. So hopefully they get Lloyd down there and Jacobs for passing and stuff like that. I mean, look at this, Rob. He's fucking got a smiley face on him, man. Just burnt him. He's just stuck in the smiley face, man.
He's still so excited for the prospect of the team, he can't help it.
I got a glance at him and it looked like a big old smile on it and just stayed there. It's like, he froze.
That's true, Tyler, they do.
Yeah, and
but like I said earlier about that secondary, it all depends on health. Like we got to, one can wonder, will Eric Stokes be healthy and be able to divert back to what he was his rookie year?
You know what? I like to see what that King can do. I heard that he's doing really good in camp. And actually, if he would have won a year earlier.
Now, when you're talking about King, I'm looking at him to possibly be the same as Carrington Valentine, to be a solid depth piece you can rotate in that secondary.
Exactly.
No, sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up challenging for QB or CB2 there.
Cornerback too. Like,
yeah, because he was looked at as a first-round prospect last year.
Yeah, and I'm just looking to see if Green Bay actually did get a steal picking up Kalen King. Like before we picked him up, people said there was a time where his stock was high enough to where he was supposed to go much higher than the seventh round, but one bad year and his draft stock fell.
Yeah.
So if he's anywhere that good anywhere as good as what he was before he had that bad year, then I'd say Green Bay got another steal with him. Just like one would think we might have had a steal with Carrington Valentine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then McKinney, after each of these practices, he's been sitting at the lockers as he's getting changed and going through the plays and pointing out to these younger guys and letting them know what's going to be said to them in these positional meetings that, hey, this is what you happen to do wrong. You got to do this or that. Or, this is what you did perfect. That he's really taken on this leadership role.
Exactly.
Hey, dude.
What's up there, Rob?
Xavier McKinney said it best for you. There are times where you have to...
It's blowing sideways out here, man. It's blowing sideways, bro. I keep losing power.
Yeah.
Right. But, hey, like I said before, McKinney said it best. There are occasions where you have to be your biggest critic when it comes to judging yourself on how good you are and how bad you're doing.
Yeah.
You got occasions where you got to be your biggest critic just as much as your biggest fan of your play.
But, man, you look at this secondary, man. You got Cooper to go with Quay. I mean, then you got McKinney. Oh, my God. It's just this secondary is going to be good, man. I know it's going to be good. Especially that front. Our front's solid, It's going to be a good defense. And I hope it don't take long to get this thing up and running, They can start out of the gate, fucking, it might take them half a season to get going. Who knows?
One of the biggest concerns I have with the no-look defense is how much better are we going to be as far as defending the run, because we were near the bottom when it came to run defense at the most. So that's where I have my concerns with them.
If you notice through the draft and the guys we picked, we got fast and we got good tacklers. So even like the fourth and fifth round picks, okay, they're all good tacklers. They got speed, good tacklers, and they got good instincts.
Oh yeah, our team has one of the highest RAS scores for any of the football teams, and that's because of how much Goody prioritizes it in the draft.
That other linebacker we picked up, Hopper, There are some thoughts that he made. There is some thoughts, and clear as day, some people would say he was a definite reach where we drafted him way too high. But if he manages to make up for it in terms of his play for the team, they won't think too much of that then.
And you notice we got all hard hitters. They're all hard hitters.
Yeah.
They're fast to the ball and they're hard hitters.
Yeah, especially these safeties that we picked up in this draft.
Nose for the ball too.
Well, let's be honest, man. The last 3 years, we've had nothing but bad tackling on most of the defense. I mean, there's been a lot of bad tackling. Oh my God! So they addressed it.
Barry didn't have the guys just reaching out with an arm. The communication back in the back half was bad. It was, the communication on back was bad last year. It's just Barry's had that defense all fucked up. I'm glad he's gone.
I think players weren't sold on the defensive scheme, and
I think they quit on him. They actually quit on him until Love came. I mean, until LaFleur came in there and said, "Hey, I'm taking over the defense," and then that defense, wow, it turned it around. And that's right after Alexander got his little week off. And then after that, I think that's when LaFleur took over the defense, and that's when things started clicking.
Mm-hmm. And then Tyler, they're still going to be able to hit below the waist. The hip drop rule, at least as I understood it, is when they're behind them and pulling them backwards, dropping their weight.
Just watch Hutchinson. Every time Hutchinson tackles someone, that's what fucking ain't going to be able to do. He does that.
Yeah, when they roll, it's when they're rolling backwards with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
it's tackles.
Called properly.
He's going to get flagged on that.
Sticky tacky ones that he tackled them from behind. We're going to throw the flag.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to tackle him forward from behind.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to be able to do that tackle from the back is to tackle the guy going forward as he's with his momentum.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about with my buddy the other day. That's all you're going to see is these guys getting pushed a yard 2 extra at the end of the play.
Yeah, exactly.
That or yank him down by the hair, and you got dreadlocks grab his hair and yank him down.
Yeah.
It's legal.
And as far as that tackle goes, one can wonder how long that rule is going to last. I mean, like we've seen so many changes with the NFL, and they didn't last past the year.
Yep.
Like one of those changes was like coaches being able to challenge the ruling of a pass interference play, and that didn't last.
No.
Yeah, I don't even think they even overturned one of the pass interference plays that got challenged that year.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how they're going to be able to run with this. To run with this. And not have people up in arms about it. It's going to cause a lot of controversy. A lot.
Oh, I think so. People were already complaining about how soft the league's gotten, and yet you're going to take out another physical element.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and it's all about trying to prevent so many injuries that happen in the league nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, injuries happen all the time, every year.
Yeah.
I was going to say you got 2 giant freaking human beings running at each other. You expect to get some injuries out of that. That shit's like a car crash.
But I mean, honestly, how many hip tackle drop hip tackles caused injuries last year, as opposed to like a guy just running and pulling a hamstring and being out for 5 weeks,
or going after the knees like fucking Kirby Joseph does. He took out 2 people fucking out.
Oh yeah,
that way.
Well, hey, with all these rules, that's almost how you got to tackle them. Granted, that one was a little low, but
yeah.
And then you see the report there that Christian Watson had said that Love, how good he did last offseason, he's brought it to a whole nother level with the way he's been approaching practices and even the meetings. That Love seems like he's fully locked in, and I don't think he's paying attention to this contract whatsoever.
No, because I think what Rodgers drilled to him, to read defense, you got to know how to read these fucking defenses and study these fucking defenses. And I think that's what he's been doing, because you can see him towards the end of the season, man. I mean, he's pointing shit out, dropping back, go back to the line, fucking point more shit, come back, and bam, hit it right down the middle. It's like he's reading his defenses good now.
As far as that question
can't fool
we
him.
just saw earlier about, curious about what we feel about when the Jordan Love deal gets done. It is sure to be done before the year starts, but the thing is, nobody's rushing anything.
No.
It's like I said before. Green Bay will get it done. That deal will be done, but the thing is, Green Bay's gonna do it on their time, on their terms. No one else's.
Right. And honestly, guys, if you're Jordan Love, look at the position he's in. Right now, we're talking about giving him $50-55 million. So if they give him a deal before the season, that's what he's looking at. If he balls out and takes us to the Super Bowl, he's going to get 60 or 65.
Well, hey, that was a perfect interlude into this question. Do we think that Jordan Love's going to get Green Bay more than one Super Bowl?
Oh, for sure. I think the Packers are tired of hearing we have Hall of Fame quarterbacks and only got one quarterback or one Super Bowl each to show for it.
Yeah, we'll get multiple. I think we're building a dynasty. We're building a dynasty right now.
Yeah. Let's just say, for me, one of the factors that leads to us possibly doing it, if Brian Goots is nothing like what Ted Thompson was with Aaron Rodgers, yeah, it's possible that's going to happen. You can get more than one Super Bowl. Like, for me, it had the problem I felt that Luton Aaron Rodgers, most of those years when he played for us, they never built the right personnel around his talent to why he was struggling to get another Super Bowl at times.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There were a lot of years in Rodgers' prime where we had a bunch of money left on that cap, and it would just constantly keep getting rolled into next year because Thompson wouldn't do shit for it. Yeah. It was like he was expecting an award for who had the most cap space in the league.
But Rodgers kept making these guys look good, bro. Our offense is rolled. I mean, that's the problem.
But there's still 53 other guys or 52 other guys that freaking play.
Even as Rodgers made our offense look good, we never had the defense that complemented that offense.
I agree.
When's the last time we could stop the run, man? Man, I can't remember.
Oh, I agree. Oh, 100%, man.
We can never stop the run.
That's the most. To me, the defense this year is the most important thing, man. They got to learn to stop the run. I mean, we're going to have a great run game. There's no doubt about it. We're going to have a great run game, man. We need to be able to stop the great run games that come into us, which is almost every fucking team.
Raccoon just went past your window.
You could be sure the running back room will be a strong competition too, as far as our running backs 1 and 2 being locked in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Jacobs is going to be the runaway number 1, but I think 2 is completely up for grabs. Because don't forget, we still got Wilson on the team.
Oh yeah,
and he was pretty damn good before he got injured.
He's very fast. Gets the outside good. But I like that. I like what's his name comment about 10 years. I would totally like that. The only year Rodgers won a Super Bowl, we had a top 10 defense. Yeah, that's true, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're banged up too, man. We had
injuries. One is hoping this defense we got now is a top 10.
Yes, I think it will be. I think it will be.
With how everybody keeps raving about Hafley's system, we got to think, even if it doesn't happen to be a top 10 this year, that next year it's going to be right in that range.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's good, bro. We're going to have look, we're like, what did we finish? Like 23, 24? I mean, we're going to be 15 or higher for sure. And
surprisingly, though, last year we had a very good pass defense.
Yeah, we still gave up a big play, though.
Well, yeah, I think it was like either 10 or 11 the pass defense alone.
Yeah.
If there's one area I think if there's one area I'm waiting to see Hafley improve on, he mentioned before he wants this defense to be able to create more turnovers, and that's where I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Can this defense produce more turnovers going into this season? Because that was one area where we struggled last season.
Yes. We had a few areas. I mean, we struggled on third down too. I think a little bit more than we should have, and I think a lot of that has to do with because we didn't have a solid running game for most of that. You know, when we had a solid running game, everything was kicking. You know.
Oh yeah. Well,
a lot of all about the line too. It took a while to get the line right.
Yeah, that's true. The line it took the line a while. I mean, for sure.
Certain plays they had to switch running out and stuff like that, and.
Oh yeah. Well, we started off thinking we were having Bakhtiari on the left side. Everything's going to be beautiful. Holy shit! Look how great he played this first game.
Yeah.
Perfect game. Perfect game.
Fill in the rest of the season.
Yeah. He has a perfect game on 30 drop passes and 30 dropbacks. I mean, he has a perfect game and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Done for the year.
I couldn't freaking believe
that's right,
that.
Isaac. He's going to slap him hard.
Yep, Isaac. He's right. Isaac's right.
Yeah.
Serve them up some Famunda cheese.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sure, and I'm quite sure they got the 49ers games circled on their schedule as far as that regular season game. Just like Love mentioned, he had the Chiefs circled on his schedule last season as far as the team that he got his first start against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got revenge. He exacted his revenge.
Oh yeah, Tyler, the 49ers are starting to get old.
Plus their cap is going. Cap's getting bad too, real bad.
And don't forget too.
And also I felt like they were gonna regress in terms of their cap situation because going into the off season, I saw they were supposedly over the cap at a time to where
they got some coaches. They got new coaches now. Defense, got a whole new defensive coordinator now and everything too. You know, so
yeah, they dragged that DC under the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, and then don't forget about that Super Bowl hangover. It was what Brady was the last one to lose a Super Bowl one year and then come back the next and actually do it. And then before him, it was Buffalo, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. They just made it back to the dance.
Yeah, just like when Favre got us one, then went back and
choked.
And then there's the case. Then there was the case scenario about and there's the Brandon Ayuk situation. Like it still remains a thing. Was they gonna still try to keep him around or they trading him off?
Texas games was good.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell the Texans game ended up being a freaking noon 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, not even a primetime game, man. How?
We already got 4 in a row.
And I'm quite sure that Texas game is going to have more eyes on it than any other that Sunday.
Yes.
Or you would have figured it would have at least been the 3:30, 4:30 game. That way it could have been American.
What week is that? Week 10? Week 11?
No. It's early in the season.
Yeah, it's like week 4 or something like that.
If I recall, it's somewhere between week 5 or 6.
So I mean, we're still early in the season. So we could be 4-0 then. We meet them 3-0. We could still be. I think when we picked our schedule, we went 3-0, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at the schedule now, I'm thinking our first game of the season might be the toughest one we have to where we could lose that one, given how much improved the Eagles are.
And then we got the Colts right after that, don't we?
Yep, and then the Texans is week 7.
Yeah.
Oh, week 7? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's almost mid-season. That's by then we'll be gelling. So both teams will be gelling.
The only thing that's going to suck is we're playing the Cardinals at the Cardinals the week before, and then playing the Texans. Oh no, they're both home games. Never mind.
Yeah, so back to back. I thought we had back-to-back home games.
Yeah, back-to-back home games. So we should be golden for that one.
Yeah, I think the toughest stretch on our schedule might be those back-to-back primetime games we got.
Yes.
Oh,
back-to-back Thursday nights, back-to-back Thursday night games. That's so awesome. Thursday night.
Thursday night and Sunday night.
Yeah. There's a bunch, man. We got some good games.
We play 2 Thursdays in a row.
Yeah.
Sunday night and then Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh, prime time.
They got us loaded in the back of the season.
They want to see the love, man.
And we start out in week 1, we're on prime time, Friday night. That's a prime time game too, bro. Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have the division wrapped up by week 12, 13, I'm thinking.
Yeah, have it wrapped up. There we go. First seed. Let's go. Listen, I like what. Keep painting that picture, Dorn. Go on,
man. It's possible, man. I think we can do it.
It's possible, but unfortunately, I really think this division is going to be massively competitive this year.
I think Lions are going down. I think fucking the Bears don't got a quarterback yet, and Vikings are just the Vikings. They don't got a quarterback either.
If Caleb Williams actually looks serviceable, I wouldn't be surprised if they leapfrog the Lions.
I don't see him winning 5 or 6 games, to tell you the truth. I think he's going to be a flop. I think he's going to be a huge flop.
When it comes to our division, I look at us at best to have a 4-2 record of 5-1. If there's a team I know we split with, necessarily it would be the Lions. Anyone else
like the Bears and the Vikings, if their QB situation isn't figured out, I'd say for those teams we sweep them.
Oh yeah. The Bears, until they beat us, I'm counting it as a sweep. And
I need a boat.
Yeah, the Vikings, I'm not expecting too much from this year because even
Where's your fishing pole?
Arnold running it.
I need a boat, man, to get out my front door.
Holy shit!
Big
bro, you see the sun's out, right? A minute ago it was like blowing sideways, and now the sun's out. Fucking A, bro. Texas weather sucks. I got no power.
Yeah, Caleb Williams actually got benched in OTAs. I haven't heard of that happening in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, let's be clear about something. You can only take so much from OTAs. People will tell you need to take much from that with a grain of salt. Like it won't, like it doesn't determine everything you're going to see about a certain team, especially while they're just playing with their pads off.
Yeah. I mean, bro, that's the thing about OTAs. It's just practice. That's all it is. Nothing to get excited about.
Yeah, but it's NFL. It's not college, though. It's NFL. Everything's faster.
Preseason. I'm surrounded by Cowboys fans. Tears. There's a lot of them, bro. There's a lot of them. It's terrible, bro. Man. At least I survived, man. There's nothing bad. We got 5 more days of this shit.
Oh, jeez.
That's how it, bro. It gets super hot during the day, and then at night, this is what happens. It blows up into storms.
When you move into Green Bay? So when you move into Green Bay?
I wanted, bro. I'm going to retire in Green Bay. I'm planning on it. So another 5 years or so, and then get my shit set straight here, and then I'm going to retire off Texas money.
There you go.
I'll be in Green Bay.
Yeah, Rob be tailgating every day.
That's right, bro. Every fucking day.
Shit, it won't even be the season. You're going to see Rob in the parking lot. Hey, guys.
Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah, man.
Well, what part of the team are you guys looking forward to see the most in this training camp? Like which position on the defense are you most interested in watching?
Actually, the corners.
Corner.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see the pass rush.
I want to see what Stokes does. Stokes, King, and Valentine. I want to see how those guys actually. Alexander, I'm not worried about. This is the other ones I want to see. I want to see how they're. I
want to see the pass rush. I want to know if we can hold it down with the front 4. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm about to say I'm more intrigued with the safety room to see how much more improved and enhanced it is from what it was last season. Because going into last year, I knew that area on our defense was going to be the weakest area, given how we didn't address it fully. But now that we were more aggressive during this portion of the off season to address it, I want to see how much more improved it is, especially with McKinney and Bullard together.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be one nice freaking safety pair. Looking at it now, I think there's plenty of competition. There's going to be a lot of competition for the spots at safety too.
Yeah, what I would say is actually the running back room. I want to watch that running back and see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of big positions like linebackers. I mean, come on, look at all the new safeties. I mean, we got a lot of the O-line. I mean, come on, man. How's that going to end up taking out?
Yeah, I was going to mention the linebacker position because linebacker was always my favorite position. And with all this influx we have, I cannot wait to see what the hell Cooper's going to do paired next to Quay and how these guys are going to fly all around this damn field. Or the exotic blitzes that we're going to grant this one much in the preseason, but the exotic blitzes we're going to see from Haley on third down because he might not blitz often, but on third down he loves to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Adrian Cooper where that's usually his bread and butter right there. It's like
Yeah.
he's more than suited as a perfect inside blitzer. So
And Bauer too, I think.
if you can shoot him on a blitz, that's definitely where he excels the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, long snapper. The sad thing is that there might end up being a competition depending on how the freaking long.
Yeah, they got that dude from Wisconsin Badgers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kicking game is going to be a hell of a thing to see. We got to see if we can get these the long snapper and holder lined up so we don't mess up Carlson anymore. Because going back you can see
there's competition at the kicker. And if I recall, Carlson's got some off-season competition for his spot too, especially when we signed Greg Joseph over here.
Yeah, I think he's just there to push him a bit. I don't know if it's going to be a full competition because he leaves a lot to be desired as a kicker himself.
Yeah, and you could say the same thing about when we drafted another quarterback in Michael Pratt. He's supposed to be there to push Jordan Love to continue to improve his game.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up as the practice squad guy, and it ends up pushing Clifford into being a dominant backup.
Well, I think
they'll end up trading next year.
Yeah, they'll put him on practice squad, and then they'll showcase Clifford this year in the preseason and all that. They'll make him play quite a bit, showcase him, and hopefully they can bring up to next year.
One can say if Clifford has that Matt Flynn effect as a backup, then I wouldn't be surprised if we trade him off somewhere. And if there's a team I'm thinking we should trade him to, it should be the Giants, because I think that's one team that's going to be in need of a quarterback if Daniel Jones doesn't pan out accordingly.
I would say the Bears, but I wouldn't want them to have a winning quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, we don't need a groom quarterback.
No, not for the North, no.
Yeah, that's why I said let him go to the Giants, because I'm sure the Giants will need a quarterback after Daniel Jones burns out.
An AFC team, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no excuses for Daniel Jones now with having having Malik Neighbors there. That guy is a freaking stud. And the sad thing is, with the Giants OTAs there, Malik Neighbors is the only one that's able to catch it because Daniel Jones is missing everybody else.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the guy people say is supposed to be rookie of the year this season. That's supposed to be a rookie of the year candidate this year.
Yeah. I could see it as long as Jones can get him the ball somewhat effectively, at least. Yeah, hey, there's a lot of Giants fans that would absolutely love to get rid of Jones.
Yeah.
Right. He's saying their plan is to suck this year and score another top 5 draft pick.
There you go.
Hey, they actually did address their offensive line this past offseason and beefed it up a bit. Now, is it actually going to help?
No, I don't know if it does. I mean, one thought they should have, but apparently one of their first round picks that they drafted for that old line didn't pan out accordingly. Evan Neal, of course.
Mm-hmm. That's where Runyon ended up going. And we know Runyon, at least if you give him some decent guys with him, that he's going to be there. And he's going to do a hell of a job for you. Yeah. It's just... Hey, they can't complain. Well, I mean, they can't get too much worse than they did last year.
I just don't like their coach.
85 damn sacks.
I just don't like the Giants coach. I think he should be
fired. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't end up getting fired this offseason because you hear all the turmoil that he's had with his positional coaches, that apparently he's an absolute prick on game days.
Yeah. I heard a lot of stories about him. And his record pretty much shows it's not very good.
hey, not every coach can be Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they try to, but they fail.
Well, there are, if I as I look at it, we do have plenty of revenge games. Like every game we play, both games we play against the Vikings will be a revenge game for Jones, and then when we play the Jaguars, that's a revenge game for Darnell Savage since he's over there with them.
Yep.
I see all losses for them. I do. We'll be 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not too impressed with Trevor Lawrence down there in Jacksonville because I went and looked at his numbers, and Garner Minshew, in 2 years of being there, has slightly better numbers than Trevor Lawrence in 3 years, and he was supposed to be the next freaking Andrew Luck, the can't miss prospect. This guy's going to be amazing. Well, he's been average.
Yeah.
Well, there's even the story about how that Jacksonville defense was supposed to divert back to what it was a few years ago, where they were once known as Saxonville, and one of their first round draft picks is supposed to pan out and have a breakout year being Travon Walker, their first round pick. That edge rusher from Georgia, they got Travon Walker.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I like Jacksonville back to the Maurice Jones-Drew days, so I wouldn't be opposed to them being a good team again. Because hey, CAFC, what's it really matter to us as long as we get good football out of it?
Mm-hmm. And I'm curious to see how their first round pick now is gonna be able to fit and work in that receiver they got, Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. How good of a target is he gonna be?
Oh yeah, there was a decent amount of buzz with him, so you gotta think that if Trevor Lawrence is even somewhat of the quarterback that he was hyped up to be, that's going to help him take that next step. But he also had Christian Kirk already, and he's definitely no slouch at receiver.
Yeah, well, Christian Kirk's not been showing up as much of a good receiver as I thought he'd be.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that argument, but it's also Jacksonville had a massive implosion last year too.
Yeah, and I'm finding it amusing that now Trevor Lawrence has a new backup in Mac Jones over there now.
Mm-hmm. That the debate was between them, and Mac Jones still ends up being number 2 to Trevor Lawrence. That had to be a hurt for his freaking ego, but he definitely needed it apparently from the reports coming out of New England.
Yeah, as far as the story of bringing him in, yeah, as far as Mac Jones coming over there is like, yeah, you bring somebody over for to play for me that was playing behind me that was part of the same draft class as me.
Mm-hmm. Man, I can't believe how bad that freaking quarterback class ended up turning out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, that just goes to show we picked the right time to pick a QB because every other QB draft class you've seen after the 2020 QB draft class just hasn't panned out accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
2021 was awful. Then 2022 was not as good.
Well, the first choice was actually supposed to be Justin Jefferson. The once Vikings took him, then they went to Plan B, and that was Jordan Love. They wanted him pretty good. They wanted him actually because fucking the floor's been up watching him since high school, and he's been following him, and he wanted to groom him. So
it makes you wonder if since he was following him, then when he was drawing up some of his plays, he was thinking a little bit of Jordan Love in mind. That hey, I'd like to run it with this guy when he gets into the pros and that. And since they were able to draft him, LaFleur was probably sitting there smiling ear to ear. Holy shit! I can break out the book.
Yep. Yeah. Now I can run my offense.
Mm-hmm. And I will say that this past year, LaFleur had grown from just being pretty much an offensive play caller as a head coach, and that was it, to being a full-fledged head coach now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That the team seems to be all bought in to not only his philosophy, but into the camaraderie with the other guys. All you hear is how bonded this team is, and you got to give credit to LaFleur for that.
One thing about this team though, it seems like they're always a year behind. Always fucking like with Rodgers. It should have Rodgers been gone a year before, and like in defense, Barry, he should have been gone a year before too. You know what I mean? It's like, but it is what it is. I mean,
and when you speak of Aaron Rodgers, he himself is in the kind of year where it's either Super Bowl or bust now.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, it's highly expected he's got to take the Jets all the way this year.
So do you think the Jets?
You got the defense, and they beefed up that whole offensive line where you got protection now.
But do you think Bakhtiari will go over there now? No, he's a free agent, and he's going to be healthy.
I've actually just seen a report that they were sniffing a little bit at Bakhtiari, and he supposedly supposed to be ready. I think it was for the start of training camp or the start of the season. I don't remember which one it was.
What do you think about us bringing him back on a new contract?
No,
that'd be a minimum. That'd be pretty small. You know what I mean? Because we're already paying him fucking.
I think we already got to play too many musical chairs with the offensive line as it is.
Yeah.
That adding in another guy that, he's great when he plays and all that, but at the same time, I don't want to mess too much with the chemistry of this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And I'm already more content to the idea that it's better that you let Rasheed Walker maintain his spot at the blind side and continue being groomed and grow into that position.
Oh, absolutely. I loved Rasheed Walker, and I've been saying it all freaking offseason that's the guy that I want for our left tackle. Him and Tom were the whole reason I didn't want us to draft a tackle in the first round this year. But hey, it
was eventually coming to a point where we had to get one in terms of depth.
Yeah. I had no problem getting.
I heard we were moving up. We wanted to go get Alt, but we couldn't move up that close. And we said, well, we'll take. And then we got Morgan.
Yeah, are we gonna say if we had Joe Alt? Yeah, I would have conceded that. Hey, Walker, maybe you can try it right tackle, but other than that, come on.
And these Lion fans think they were going after a corner. Why would the fuck we go after a corner? We're pretty set at corner. We needed offense. We needed offensive line bad.
Yeah, you think they were clever. Well, let's just say you would think they think they one-upped us in that matter of jumping ahead of us to get Arnold out of Alabama with that first pick, but it was
we weren't
going after Arnold. I was saying I didn't recall Green Bay having any interest in him at the time we had that pick.
They even actually called us.
There were actually plenty of good corners dropping to us when we had the first pick, but I didn't recall Arnold being one of those guys they had any interest in.
I think they got King. I think they got a steal on him. 7th round. He's a steal, man. He's our Valentine, man. It's better, to tell you the truth.
Fucking hopefully. But hey, it's getting to be that time, and we wanted to thank all you guys for watching, for commenting. We hope you guys had a great Memorial Day. Have yourselves a good night, and go Pack Go.
Pack Go.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.